where is that order?
Sorry,
Mshololo.
Sorry, my lord.
Where is the order which I handed over to you?
Order.
The document you said it can't go from the witness to the court. So, Mr. Balui, you made how many copies?
Enough copies just for
Yeah, but in other words, how many copies did you get? Is it 1 copy or 2 or 3?
We got all the copies back.
No, you're not listening.
Yes, sir.
This witness, how many copies, let's say, how many pages of the order I said he must give us the information on? How many did he make?
2.
When did you copy second? How many copies did you make?
There was only one.
1 copy.
One copy, madam. And
Okay.
8, just enough for counsel.
Right. So every counsel has got that order, ne?
Definitely.
And every client has read it. Mr. Mkomazeli, the client read it also.
Not.
This witness says he read it. Said, are you saying you saw even number 1 reading it? And number 2?
He was sitting together with him, but I'm not sure if
And
he
number
was
3?
All
All 5 of
number
them.
1 went to the group, my lord, and they looked at it together.
All 5 of them.
Correct.
Can you give all 5 of them copies? Copies so that I just read what the law requires. Mr. Baloi, can you give each and every accused that order which was supposed to be made for this court, which has now been publicized?
We will make them copies.
Now give them now. I've got to see them getting it.
Well, we only made enough for counsel. We'll have to make extra copies.
Councillors have got all copies. Mr. Ngomezulu, do you have a copy of that order?
This is the copy.
Do you have a copy?
No, I'm about to receive a copy now.
Mr. Mnisi, do you have a copy?
We thought we needed to take them back, but now they are being returned back.
No, you have to get copies, all of you.
As it is the court.
Mr. Numalo and Ms. Mshololo, you all have copies.
Yes, I've just received it, Mama. Thank you.
Yes, my lord, I've also just received it. Thank you.
Yeah, it originally ruled that that order must be expunged. But after having consulted authorities, in terms of our law, there's what we call a posterior ruling, a statement. And Black's Law Dictionary, the 10th edition, defines it as such. A formal statement endorsed on the trial record. That's what I'm doing. I'm endorsing this order, which I thought it's going to be confidential, on the trial record. Giving an accurate account of the proceedings at the trial, which I hope I've done. A record of what occurred at Nisi Prius after the issue had been joined. The issue was joined on the basis that when this witness, Sergeant Mukhanene,
Yes, my lord.
was being cross-examined, he repeatedly said he's unable to divulge the information regarding the investigations of the cases which you say accused number 1 or 2 or the others they're involved in, because you would be revealing confidential information. Am I quoting you correctly?
It is correctly quoted, my lord.
Yeah, because this court hopes to be fair. There was a dispute as to whether this witness is actually his testimony is actually the truth or not. And at that stage, this court is not involved in joining whether this witness is being truthful or not, because he's at the moment giving evidence. This court decided, in the interest of justice, that if it is actually correct that these cold cases he alludes to, including the Nongoma case regarding the murder, the court should make a request in the form of an order that this witness should itemize and categorize those cases in which he says they are cold and they are at the moment not yet finalized, because it was put to him that, for instance, that Nongoma case was finalized, and he said, no, it's not finalized. And by that exigency, this court expected and hoped that this court will get the information which it will share with the accused counsels, that in fact, indeed, such cases are still being investigated. Is that not your evidence, sir?
It is correct, my lord.
Consequently, that's why I made that order. And I was of the view that that order is made for the information of this court. And in terms of this posterior principle in our law, I was going to call all the counsels into my chambers and show them the confidential information which was divulged after being extracted by this witness from the various dockets. Because I believe that counsels are officers of this court before they are defenders of their accused. That's a sacrosanct principle of our law. You are officers of this court before you are defenders of the accused, because when you are admitted as counsels of this court, you take an oath to uphold the law practices of this court. So one would have expected that even if counsel informs their clients about the fact that in fact it is correct that there is proof that some of the cases which the gentleman is giving evidence on, saying they are cold, but they have been resuscitated, in fact it is correct that those cases are being attended to. And I believe protocol dictates that not everything which this court divulges by intruding into the Official Secrets Act. And if counsels understand that exigency, you don't have to tell your client about the fact that they say one of the murderers there is Mokhatle, because you are enjoined to the privity of the information which has been divulged in this court, because this court has made an order that even if it is in terms of the Official Secrets Act that this witness was saying he can't divulge that information, but this court, using its inherent jurisdiction and Section 173 of the Constitution, as Mr. Minister likes saying, you can make use of that information under certain conditions. Okay. So consequently, if anybody wants to use that information, which has been so irregularly been divulged, you are at liberty to do so. And this principle starts from the 15th century, so that you mustn't say, I did judge lay is a long church. With the verdict of the jury in the 15th and 16th centuries, the proceedings at Nispree was closed, and the case was sent back to the court at Westminster, from which it was issued for judgment, after a statement of the holding of the trial and the verdict that had been added to the record, as I'm doing. This statement, from the fact that it has begun with the Latin word postea, or afterwards, was known as the postea, and was in fact drafted by the party in whose favor the verdict had gone. Whence the phrase postea to the plaintiff or the defendant, which is found in the old reports. You can see in this regard Geoffrey Ratcliffe and Geoffrey Cross, Legal Systems, England. It's a 6th edition textbook written by Bentley and Hand. It's the 6th edition if you want to read about this any further, 1977. Okay. Yes, okay, Ms. Mshololo, you can go ahead and cross-examine.
Just the court business. My Lord, before I resume with my cross-examination, can I just ask one thing on clarity, my Lord? So it means that on this document, I can read it but not share it with...
No,
my
it has already been shared. You can read it and share it with your clients. That's why I insisted that each of your clients should be given that document, so that it mustn't be said that this information which this court has withheld.
That's the court business. Thank you, my Lord.
Yeah, well.
Sergeant Mkhane, let's just go back where we paused yesterday. I'll try not to repeat myself, but we'll just wrap up somewhere there and there where I need clarity on those issues.
Mara ba lo tswela pele mo ile gore le shile gona maobane ge ile gore bona ga ba nyake le gore ba boele go tšeding tšadilo e fela ge ile gore bona ba tlhoka gore ba kwešiše dilo tše di rileng ba tlo le buša ka tsona le a kwešiše. That is understood.
Subira emuva kuloko esifunde esikhuluma ngayo kuzona esiqeda konke kodwa kwenezinto ezifanele zicacise.
For the sake of progress, you remember we were talking about the interview that took place at the boardroom.
Gore re tswela pele jwatše le a gopola gore be re bolela ka poledišano ye e diragetseng ka boardroom.
Ngiyakhumbula esikhuluma ngale kakhulunywa e-boardroom athi yebo.
I'll just ask one question in that regard and then move on in that aspect.
Ba tla botšiša potšo e tere ka yona tabewe ye be le gore bona ba tswelela pele.
Sizobuza umbuzo owodwa nje kuloko bese siqhubeka phambili.
I am listening.
The interview that took place between yourself and other members and the suspect was not recorded.
Interview yela ye leng gore lena le be le gona le ba bangwe ba be leng gore le berekisana le bona be se e recordiwe ga se gatišiwe felo tsoko. Correct?
Manje kuloko enane kukhuluma wena nalaba abanye azange kuqoshwe phansi okuqala.
Okay. If I can just take you back, also I just need confirmation. When you firstly approach accused number 2, when you arrested him, you explained to him the allegations in respect of the Nongoma case. Am I correct?
Ge le ya go molatofatšwa wa bobedi la mathomo le ile lena la mmotša ka molato la wa Nongoma. Correct?
Maria ukala kumsolo nafike namtshela ukuthi usolwa ngani mayelana neNongoma athi yena.
Okay. And then when you were charging him,
Ge be le mo rwesha melato
then which allegations did you refer to him?
le mmoditše ka gore lena le mo rwesha melato ka eng.
Manje baseke nizomtho siqala belithe ukuthi mtho seliqala ngaliphi.
June.
Can you please explain further? Are you referring to the month of June?
Yeah, the month of June. You have arrested him from his house. And then you explain the allegations in respect of Nongoma case. Correct?
It is correct.
Yes. And then you took him to the station.
La Misha's police. That is correct.
Wherein he was charged and detained.
That is correct.
Yes, at that time when you charged and detained him, which allegations did you explain to him? Was it in respect of Nongoma case or in respect of this case, Foster's case 636? Lebe le mmoditše ka melato e mefeng le mmoditše ka wola wa Nongoma goba lebe le mmotša ka wo wa Foster's.
Nje masenzo mvalela amtshele ngalepe icala era wa Nongoma nona nimtshele ukuthi unecala lenda seFloster's.
Remunditše ka molato wa Nongoma.
We informed him about the Nongoma case.
Samtshela ngecala wa Nongoma.
Okay. So then on the following day when you booked him out, you then interrogated him on the Foster's case 636 and not Nongoma case.
Letšatši le latelang ge be le montšha le do mmotšiša dipotšišo le ile la mo thoma dipotšišo ka molato wola wa Nongoma e seng wa Foster's.
thomele pele ka nongoma then ra latela ka phosphorus.
We firstly interrogated him on the Nongoma case and then followed up with the phosphorus case.
Ngilandelayo kuma sikhipha na khuluma ngicala lokwanongoma noma lase phosphorus athi asaqala lase phosphorus sesiqhubeke nalawo nongoma.
And then in respect of this phosphorus case 636, the accused number 2 denied any involvement in this case. Am I correct?
Molatofatso wa bobedi ka molato wa phosphorus 636 yena o ile a ganela gore ga senke ya ka karolo ya molato o ke nnete. It is correct.
Wa phika umsola ngithi kule kucala lase phosphorus uthiyana siwathi akanazo yena kunjani.
And then, in respect of the Nongoma case, if I remember very well your response yesterday, he was never taken to court for his first appearance at all.
Ka molatola wa Nongoma ge ba go gola botlhatsi ba lena ba maobane lena le rile ga senke a ishiwa kgorong.
Hello pitsa ga botse be re mishitse kgorong go me re fitla kgorong mtshutisa reno ka gore ba le nongoma e a se jurisdiction ya gare and then la ba re mmisha ka ya phosphorus.
If you would recall properly, we took him to court and the prosecutor said this Nongoma case, it's not under their jurisdiction. Then that's when we had taken him for the phosphorus case.
Yeah.
Masi engishilo ukuthi samthatha simisa siyombuza ngecala la kodwa ke masifika lapho kusho ukuthi cha Nongoma ke ayike ezandleni zakhe saseke siqhubeka ngecala sophosphorus.
Yes, but in essence, he was never taken to Nongoma court for his first appearance or for his appearance under that case. After the prosecutor has said that he does not have jurisdiction over Nongoma case.
Kamra gore motshutshisi a re yena yela ya Nongoma ga e ka fase ga jurisdiction ya gagwe ke mo ile gore yena senke a tswelele pele ga kgorotsheko ye rileng ka molatola wa Nongoma. It is correct.
Okay. So it means, Sergeant Mohane, on the 19th, I suppose we are on the same page that you saw the prosecutor on the 19th of June.
Le dumela gore le bone motshutshisi ka di 19 tsa June. That is correct.
So it means on the 19th of June, when the accused was not taken for his first appearance, the 48-hour rule expired in respect of Nongoma case, since he was never taken to Nongoma court for his first appearance in that case.
Gora gore jwalo ka ga lena le bone motshutshisi ka di 19 ke ge ile gore ge molatofatso ba sare yena a tsena ka kgorotshekelo ke mo ile gore me di hour tsela tse masomenne seswai be se di expireile ka molatong ola wa Nongoma.
Manje njengoba yena ngisanga enkantolo mayelana necala kaNongoma ushuthi ke lamahora amashumi amane nesishiyagalombili ushuthi ayeseqile mayelana necala kaNongoma.
No, we saw expired.
No, the 48 hours had not yet expired.
Okay. It's fine, I'll leave it for argument. Let's continue. You then, on the same day, on the 19th, when accused was not taken to Nongoma court for his appearance, in phosphorus, his case was not enrolled, and he was supposed to be released. Am I correct?
Jwalo ka ga lena le re ka di 19 tshekong yela ya Nongoma ga se a ye go nna go yona gora gore yela ya phosphorus o be swanetse molatola wa gagwe o tshollwe go jwalo. That is correct.
Ngoba ke azange ngene icala lendabana nokuthi ke icala sephosphorus lalifanele lichithwe ngaphandle ebese yakhululwa umsolo athi njalo.
And he was not released. Am I correct? According to the exhibits that we have read into this court.
Go ya ka botlhatsi bo lena le bo badileng mo khotla tshekelo lena ga senke le molokolo le molatofatso.
Kodwa ngizange nimkhulule ngala maphepha phambi kwethu.
Ke
And
nnete.
a
It
further,
is correct.
a further detention after there was an endorsement that the accused must be released was unlawful because you did not have any warrant of arrest to arrest the accused on any other further or subsequent cases that you were investigating.
Se se bolelang gore lena le tswele pele le moswere besitse go le ka ntle ga molao ka lebaka la gore le be le sena tokomane ye be le dumella gore lena le be le ka moswara go ba le ka motswallela nako e nngwe e fetang eo.
No, be re tse ka ntle ga molao mara be sena J50.
It was not unlawful, however we did not have a J50.
Thank you for
Manje
that.
ke ukuthi uqhubeka ke avalele umsolo usho ungasekho emthethweni ngoba nani nazo incwadi zokuthi ngamvalela ngalama yebo kodwa ke sesingaya J50.
Yes, at that time when you did not have a J50 authorizing you to detain accused number 2 further after his matter had not been enrolled in forced orders, you took him further for further investigation. Am I correct?
Ora gore jwalo ka ga le be le sena yona J50 yela lena molatofatswa le ile la motšea le ge e le gore le be le sena tokelo ya gore lena le ka moswarella lena la motšea le ilo mmotšiša dipotšišo le ilo nyakišiša.
Ke nnete.
It is correct.
Bathi njengoba nani ngenayo J50 kodwa navele namthatha umsolo naqhubeka ukwenza uphenyo athi yebo.
Okay. And am I correct to say after forced orders court, when he was detained around 1339, you recall me if I'm quoting the time wrong, it was 1339. From 1339 up to the time when he was detained at Pukeng police station, you had no warrant of arrest in your possession to keep the accused in your possession.
Ora gore lena go tlogelle nako yela ba re le tla ba phosholla ge le gore nako ga se ba e be ga botse nako yela ya 1339 fihlella le be le ilo mo tswallela ka kwa ka police station ya Phuket ra gore lena le be le sena tukelo tša gore le be le ka moswara.
Iqiniso ukuthi lapha eForesters sona isikhathi ka 1339 ikofika isikhathi navala ngaso ephukeni ngenalo igwelo ukuthi ngabane mbambile wathi.
Okay. If I also recall your examination in chief, the reason for you to take accused number 2 to his house is because you wanted to check the hoodie that he was wearing.
Ke botlatse ba lena na gore ge be le motšea le misha ntlong ya gagwe mo be a nka gona
When-
le
when-
nyaka go ilo bona ke fa ele be ya pere.
When the incident in the forced orders case 636 took place.
Mo be leng gore
Am I correct?
molatola wa Phosphorus case 636 o be o dira le tsona.
A ke le kwešiše le ka boeletša gape ke leko e botse.
I do not understand. Can you please rephrase so that I will be able to understand correctly?
Okay, thank you. I'll repeat. And if I'm correct from what you said, your evidence before this court, you said the main reason you did not release the accused from forced orders court and proceeded to his house because it was because you wanted to go and search for the hoodie which was worn by the suspect on the date when the incident took place under case forced orders 636, which we are dealing with in this matter.
Le rile lebaka le le dirileng gore lena le ska tla molokolla ke ka lebaka la gore lena le be le nyaka go misha ntlong mo be a dula gona gore le ilo lebella hudi go ba ke fa yela ye leng gore ba ere ka tšatši le be go diragala molato wa Phosphorus case 636 ye re bolelang ka yona ya mo.
Kusho ukuthi isizathu sokuthi ningamekhulule emva kwaseForesters ukuthi nanifuna ukuya endlini yakhe ukuthi niyohlola ukuthi ningayithola yini le hoodie yayigqokwe umsola kuleli cala leseForesters 636 akunjalo.
Ka ge re sa kgobeketša bohlatse bja 636 ke nnete.
Yes, as we were still gathering evidence for the case 636, it is correct.
Okay.
Yebo kunjalo ngoba ngalesikhathi sasazama ukuhlanganisa ufakazi obungasiza kuleli cala lika 636.
Is it also your evidence that in 6 years' time, from 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 6 years later, you proceeded to accuse number 2's house with an intention to search and seize when you did not have a warrant, a search warrant in your possession in respect of the case or in respect of the information that you wanted to search and seize.
Mo mengwageng e etsela lebentse le nyaka go ilo tswella pele lilo lebella lilo tlhola kwa gagabo goba mo be a dula gona le ge ile gore lena lebe le sena dipampiri tše e leng gore di be di dumella gore le kae le ilo sesha
Mhlawumbe kwaminyaka eyisithupha nasuka nemzini kaMshololo sibili ukuthi niyohlola noma niyowenza uphenyo noma ukuyosesha ningenayo i-warrant mayelana nalezi nithi niyozithola lapha kuyani.
Ge le ka gopola botse molato a so thome ke rena mathomo for 2014.
If you would remember properly, this matter, we are not the first investigators since 2014.
Mangakhumbula kahle thina ukuqala ukuthi siphenye lolu cala kusukela ngo-2014.
Go fitile matsogo a mantši kudu go fitlhela rena ba re fa ona.
There are many investigating officers that has worked on this case until it was brought to our attention.
Baningi abaphenye leli cala lapho-ke izolethwa kwe-ET.
Rena ro hweditše molato ka December 2019.
We got this matter in December 2019.
Thina sathola leli cala ngo-December 2019.
Okay. Thank you for that explanation. But I don't have a problem with how many members who have investigated this case. That's not my question. That's not where I'm going to. Whether you were the 15th or the 30th member to investigate this case. But on the 19th of June, when you went to search in accused number 2's house, you were not in possession. You did not have a search warrant authorizing you to go and search the item that was worn by accused 6 years back. That's my question.
Gape ba leboga le gore le le ba botse gore ga se lena ba mathomo ba go bereka go molato eupia selo se ba se bolelang ba re ka di 19 kgweding ela ya botshela lena le be le sena ditokomane tše e leng gore di be di le dumella gore le ka sepela le ilo nyakishisha ka mola ntlong ntho e leng gore molatofatša o be a e apere mengwaga ye tshela ye fetileng
Kuzothi kusho ngomhla 19 kuJune angayiphethe iwarranti ukuthi niyosesha lapha endlini kaMshololo ufuna lezi zinto zazigqoke Mshololo ile minyaka esithupha eyadlula.
Go na le molaotsoko ka mogare ga Criminal Procedure Act o re dumelelago go swara ebile le go searcha re sena warrant ebile gore a ke sa gopola ke tla ile go lebelela gore na gore molaotsoko.
There is a certain law in the Criminal Procedure Act, even though I would not recall which section refers to that. However, I will go and search for it, which allows us to arrest and search a place even without a warrant of arrest.
Yeah, no,
or a search warrant.
Ngena ukuthi singasesesha nanoma singenayo iwarranti sezofuna lo mthetho ukuthi ikhona lo mthetho.
No, thank you for that. Don't worry about that law. We'll argue about it before this court. The only confirmation that I want to get from you is whether did you have a search warrant or not.
Ba re le ska tshwenyega ka molato o bue bona ba tla o lebella gape ba tla ba boleishana ka ona gona mogoro. We did not have a search warrant.
That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. And then you entered accused number 2's house and you searched and recovered the ammunition. Bullets, if I'm not mistaken. Am I correct?
Lilela tsena ntlong ya molatofatšwa wa bobedi la tlhola gana ka molala khumana dipule ikolo.
Ngangena lapha kaMshololo sibili nasesha ngina nithole izinhlamvu zesibhamu.
Ke nnete.
It is correct.
It is correct. Kunjalo.
And also you did not have the search warrant regarding any bullet or any firearm that you were looking for.
Lebentse le sena yona tokomane ela ya gore le search re be le ile khumana tsona dikolo tšeo.
Ngingenayo imvume ukuthi niyofuna izinhlamvu zesibhamu.
Ke nnete?
It is correct, so.
Okay.
kunjalo.
Thank you. Let's go back a little bit on the occurrence book. Since we have testified, maybe you can refer if you want, but I will remind you.
Ba re tlo boela morago go occurrence book ge ile gore lena le a nyaka le ka ya go yona fela ba tla le go botsa.
Accused number 2 denied any involvement in respect of Phosphorus case 636 when you interviewed him in the boardroom on the 17th of June 2020.
Molatofatšo wa bobedi yena o ile a gana gore e be ile karolo ya molatuo wa Phosphorus case 636 ka di 17 tša June 2020.
So le wesibili waphi ukuthi yena athingayo leli cala lika 636 lasephosphorus mhla 17 June lapha eboardroom anembuzo imbuzo. Kunjani?
Ke nnete?
It is correct.
That was the first and genuine response given by accused number 2 when he was asked about this matter of Phosphorus case 636.
E be ile karabo ya gage ya mathomo ya nnete ge be le motiša ka molatuo wa Phosphorus 636.
Impendulo yakhe yokuqala yophendulo manje imbuzo ngale cala 636.
Ge le re ya nnete le ra yang ka gore e tshwanetse go be le phetolo ya mathomo ya nnete a kušo le be le ya nnete le ra yang.
What do you mean when you are saying the first genuine response from him? Because we were expecting the first answer
Okay.
from him.
Let's move on. Let's move on. On the 18th of June, he was then booked out for the whole day on the 18th of June. You
Around
remember?
Joleng Pele.
At 8:15 as per serial number 520.
Le a gopola gore ka di 18 tša June.
That's the
yena
exhibit entry that you have read into this court.
o ile a tšewa ka 8:15.
He was
go ya-
booked out at 8:15 and only detained at 2:30 in the morning.
le mo tšere ka 8:15 yena a bušwa ka 2:30 e leng 2:30 ya matsha go ya ka mokgwa
Ke na yona mara ke tla ke a gopola.
Yeah.
I do not have it, however I do remember that.
Mhla 18 kuJune wakhishwa ngo-8:15 ukuyange ngale umbhalo lo bhalo to 520 wazobisa ngo-2 ekuseni.
Yes.
Wathi yebo njalo kodwa anginawo ke lo mbhalo manje.
And then on the same day, on the 19th of June, at 2:35, the suspect was charged. You remember?
Ka lona tšatši leuwe
That
la
one.
di 19 tša June ka 2:35 ke mo e leng gore molatofatšwa o ile a rwešwa melato le ya gopola.
So then
Ya
I'm
gopola?
trying to
Yes, I do recall.
ngo-2:35 Mshololo ilapho katsho sicala athi yebo ngiyakhumbula.
And early in the hours of the same day, 19 June, at 4:50, the suspect is booked out to Phosphorus court.
Le a gopola gore ka masa ka tšona di 19 tša June ka 4:15 ya masa ke mo e leng gore molatofatšwa wa tšewa o išiwa kgorotshekelo ya Phosphorus.
Ngo-4:15 ngalelo langa Mshololo wakhishwa enkundleni yamacala yasephosphorus.
Ke nnete?
It is correct.
Yebo kunjalo.
And according to your examination in chief, when you were on your way, after you had booked out accused number 2, you were called by Colonel Gininda, who told you that accused number 2 wanted to make a statement. Am I correct?
Le a gopola gore lena e rile ge le le mo tseleng ge e le gore le ile la khumana mogala go tšwa go Colonel Gininda a le botša gore le molatofatšwa o be a rile o nyaka go bolela ntho e rileng.
Ngisakhumbula ukuthi-ke nathi sendleleni nathola ukuthi ngavela ku-Colonel Gininda ethi-ke Mshololo ufuna ukuyobhalisa-ke i-statement esithize.
That's not the evidence I listened to.
Oh, sorry.
They got a message from Gininda to say, no longer go to
Court.
the court.
Yes.
Go to Morocco because I have now located a person who can take a confession. After Gininda had told them the previous day, told accused number 2 if the evidence of the sergeant is correct, that you don't have to make a confession or a statement before me. I'll find somebody to take your confession. Okay, that's the evidence.
Yes, my lord. Should I
Not
read
that
another
Ginida told them on the way to say the suspect wants to make a confession. No,
okay.
he had
But
already said that the previous day.
my lord, but the call was made in the morning when they were on their way to Foster's court
To say what?
to say that the accused must be taken to make a statement.
Yes.
Yes.
Not that he wants to make a statement. Because the arrangements were already made by Ginida, in other words.
Thank you, my lord.
Yes.
Can I just proceed, my lord?
Yes,
with
do proceed.
the line of my questioning, because I'm now getting distracted.
You're not, Mr. Mshololo. I'm quoting the correct record, what it says. You can ask Mr. Mgomezulu, am I confusing anything?
No, my lord,
Hello?
this is the correct.
Ms. Mshololo was not there. I'm quoting the correct evidence. Now I'm being told I'm distracting.
Thank you, my lord.
Please.
My lord, can I proceed? My question is, why now, when the accused has been booked out from 8 o'clock up to 2:30, when he was booked back, now that he has changed his mind?
Is it good, please, my lord? I don't know why counsel says the accused has changed his mind. The court is just now put to counsel what the correct version is, that the incident started already the previous day on the 18th when they were in Carltonville, where he intimated that he would want to make a statement, and Brigadier Ginina then said he made arrangements. And on the 19th, he contacted the witness to say he has made arrangements. There's no change of mind.
Can I rephrase that question, my lord? Is it correct that the accused only indicated that he wanted to make the statement during the time when he was booked out for long hours, from 8:15 up to 2:30 in the morning, when he indicated that he wanted to make a statement?
Afake nnete gore molatofatwa yena o rile o nyaka go dira statement nako ela re ne ba mo tsere nako e telele o tlogelleng ka 8:15 go fitlhella ka 2:30 ke mo ileng gore o ile a re o nyaka go dira statement.
Once again, I don't know whether the part that says when he was booked out for long hours is correct or not, because the witness said it was around 4:30. So it was from 8:15 to 4:30 when he signaled his intention, when he made certain admissions, Lord, and arrangements were then made. I think the addition of long hours will not be correct.
Thank you, my lord. I'll leave it for argument, my lord. Can I just move on? Because the hours are indicated from the OB entries, my lord. Let's move on, Sergeant Mohane.
Taba ela ya di iri tse di telele ba tla elesa ba tla e sheka bona ka bona ga ni jwale re tswela pele.
Is it also your evidence that when you were with accused number 2 in hospital or outside hospital, he was also asked about the involvement in the case of Foster's case 636?
Ke tlatse ba lena na gore molatofatso e rile re be rena le yena ka ntle ga sepetlele.
On the 18th of June, when you booked him out and went to hospital or his place of employment?
Ka di 18 tša June re be le mo putlile out le ile sepetlele goba mo be a šoma gona. It is not the hospital,
Yes.
it is where he was working.
Where he was working. Thank you. And where he was working in hospital, you also had interview with the suspects.
Mo be a bereka gona le ile la kgona go boledišana gape le yena le ba le interview.
License akona na akwazi ukuphinde ikhulume naye umsolo
rapele or re shetse re feditse ka o checka o level ro o ba se go mereko.
Are you saying before or after we had checked that was he at work or not?
No, at that time. At that time, I don't know according to evidence. It can be before, it can be after, I don't know, but you were at his work employment at that time when you interviewed him.
I was able to
Brigadier Gininda or joinile le Sergeant Mshololo.
What I remember is that I said Brigadier Gininda joined us with Sergeant Mshololo.
Brigadier Gininda where's our Sergeant Mshololo?
Yes, and then what happened?
And we were waiting for them at the gate outside the mine.
So
Brigadier Gininda fitla Sergeant Mshololo ka introduce go Brigadier Gininda wa ke Sandy Sontanzio.
And when Brigadier Gininda came with Sergeant Mshololo, I introduced him to the brigadier that this was Sandy Swa Ntanzi.
What you may figure out, Brigadier? No, Sergeant Mshololo. I said, me too. Get it. We are not going to Sandy Sontanzi. Me too. Go Brigadier.
Bila mochara re to verify gore ka nnete go le mshomong na ka ge ke modi tsa Brigadier.
And Brigadier said we are here to make sure whether were you indeed at work, as I had explained to the Brigadier.
I said, so better open
That is the conversation that we had before we went into the mine.
Okay, in other words, at no stage wherein the accused was asked about his involvement in this case at that time.
No, Brigadier Muchisha after Amu Murijem the Tokolo Chara.
Brigadier asked him after he explained his rights to him.
And were you present?
Yes, I was.
Okay. Did the accused respond?
He remained silent.
And then on the 19th, early in the morning, when you had received a call that an accused person must be taken to Lieutenant Colonel Rapadu, did you take him to any police station? According to your evidence?
Lieutenant Rapadu, Lilela Misha.
Police station.
Yes, we took him to Moroka police station.
Okay. Am I correct, Sergeant Mohane, to say from the appearances as they appear that he was booked in the early in the hours? It means the suspect on that day he did not sleep.
uthwakishwa ngasikhathini bona sengathi umsolo azange kuthole ithuba lokulala kunjani?
Ke agana ka roba robetse kolong ya ranger tsa maleng.
I dispute that as he was sleeping in the vehicle as we were driving.
Hayi ngiyafika la ngoba ilele emotweni ngesikhathi sihamba nini.
Okay. But he was not put into the police cells where he was allowed to sleep.
Efela ga se a tsentshwe ka diseleng mo a ile madumelelwa gore a robale.
Kodwa azange afake amaseleni la kufanele ulale khona.
As a court case, my lord, what is the basis for counsel to say that the accused was not put in a cell and allowed to sleep?
My lord, I'm seeking clarity from the witness looking at the time when he was booked out, my lord, from the cells and the time when he was booked back in the early hours. That's why I'm just getting clarity from the witness. Maybe he was allowed to sleep. That's why I'm just getting clarity from the witness regarding that.
As I
Because he was
understand the
there.
evidence, these witnesses, they were from Bukeng, am I correct?
Le lebeletswa Phokeng
Ka di 18.
Or Chabani, whatever.
go ba Tlhabane.
Okay.
Le lebeletswa kae?
Polona ka le sa tshuphuke. Sa go polona.
That's our call. Okay, fine.
I do not recall.
Okay,
my
yeah,
lord.
continue with your questions.
Thank you, my lord. You can't answer that. You can't recall, or you remain with your answer to say he slept in the vehicle when you were traveling.
Le santse le yeme mo karabong yela ya lena ya gore o robetse ge bentse le reile.
Ona le mo
Lo uthwalala emotweni ngesikhathi nina.
ona le mo re mosheditseng ka mogare a robala ga nyane mara ke tsona robetse nako e kae.
There is a point where we took him back to the cell and he slept a bit, even though I do not recall how long
Khona
did he
isikhathi
sleep.
esambisa naphakathi uthalala wala isikhathi sinana sakhumbulusa sinana.
Oh, okay. I can refresh your memory because I have recorded the entries. From Phokeng, he was booked out 8:15 in the morning and he was only booked in at 2:30 on the 19th of June.
Ba re batla le go potsa go bana ba di-wet fast go tloga Phokeng.
And then he was charged. He was
Ka
charged at,
8:15 go fitlhelela ka 2:30 ya masa.
yes.
Sukela ephukeni wakhishwa ngo-8:15 waze wayobuyisela ngaphakathi ngo-ekuseni ngo-2:30.
And then he was booked out at 4:50 after that entry.
Ba ntshiwa ka 4:50 ka moraga go ngwetswe jwang. It is correct.
Can you recall anything or you can't recall?
Go na le ntho e le kgonang go e gopola go baka le sa gopola.
Usakhumbula noma awusakhumbuli?
Go gopola gore re mtsentshitse diseleng ya re boa.
I recall that we had placed him in the cells when we came back.
Ngiyakhumbula usamphensela emaseleni asesibuni.
Bile re mo ntshitse ka diseleng gape re tsamaya.
And we took him out of the cells when we left again.
Yes. So
Sakhipha emaseleni ngasesihamba futhi.
if I understand what you are saying, so you would have booked him, you would have put him into the cells after 2:30.
Se se bolelang gore lena le mmušeditše diseleng ka mora ga seripa ka mora ga iri ya bobedi.
And he was
Nami ngidlulisela emaseleni emuva ka-2:30.
and he was taken out at 4:50.
La montšha ka metsotso ye lesome ka pele ga iri ya botlhano.
Usolo semkhipha ngo-4:50 futhi.
That is correct.
Okay, kunjani?
So in other words, it means he was only detained for 2 hours. He was only put into the police cells for 2 hours.
Se se bolelang gore o tsentšhitswe ka diseleng iri tše pedi fela.
Ke nnete.
Ufike buyisela emaseleni wahlala nje amahora amabili athi yena.
Okay. And he made the statement.
It's actually not 2 hours. We don't want to be pedantic, but it's more than 2 hours. 2.5 hours minimum to 2:25.
Manus, the witness can correct that. The witness is the one who knows better. If I'm not giving the correct estimate, you know how long was the suspect put into the cells.
Ka lo magareng nako tseo. 3 hours and 2.5 hours.
The time could be between 2 hours and 3 hours.
Isikhathi esiphakathi kwa-2 hours namahora amathathu.
Okay. From my calculations, from 2:35 to 4:40, it gives me 2 hours 20 minutes.
Go ya ka yena ge a se dira di-calculation go tlogelela ka 2:35 go ya go 4:50 e mo nea di-iri tše pedi le metsotso e masome a mabedi.
Well, okay, so let's discuss it first, got 2 hours 50. We go for 450. Near I'm a whole of my baby. Some of our Mashumama Shana,
We wait till again.
You have said it correctly, so.
Oh, thank you. And it is your evidence that when he was taken to make the statement, sorry, my lord, not that can I rephrase? Not that it is your evidence. Am I correct to say that when accused number 2 was taken to Lieutenant Colonel Ropadu, he had not slept, he had only been kept in the police cells for 2 hours 20 minutes.
Ke nnete gore molatofatso ka be a ishiwa go lepodisa Raphato yana ga se a robale o loketse fela ka diseleng di re tše pedi le metsotswana.
Ngabe kuneqiniso yini mangithi-ke Mshololo lesikhathi angena ngaso emaseleni nokuthi athathwe kayiswe esekhishwe siyiswa ku-Lieutenant Raphato wayiswa nje wayehlala nje imizuzu amahora amabili nemizuzu.
Nka se ra robale ka ge ba isha diseleng ba ishwa ke maphodisa mo police station eo.
I cannot say he did not sleep because when they are taken to the cells, they are taken by the police officers from that police station.
Angeke ngisho ukuthi wayengalanga ngoba uyiswa emaseleni bahanjiswa amaphoyisa lapho esileso station.
Okay.
So I don't want to interfere, okay? You see the defense that was put by Mr. Mgomezulu is that this witness, accused number 2, was never taken to Raphato. He was taken somewhere to be assaulted, choked, etc., etc., etc. Inanda comes there, opens the boot of the car, gives him documents, sign here, sign there, sign there. Assaulted again, then they realize, oh, something has not been signed. Then they take him to Morocco now. And when they get there, are you with me?
Yes, my lord.
These versions, I want to be fair to you, Mr. Mgomezulu, and you, they are mutually destructive. Because the way you are putting it, it appears as if you are not disputing the evidence of this witness. When in fact, according to Mr. Mgomezulu, he never ever took Mr. Tinzi to Raphato. He met somewhere in the hospital, etc., etc. Keys were given, blah, blah, blah. Taken to an open space, assaulted. I'm just saying it.
Thank you, my lord. I was just referring the witness as to how the incident unfolded during the time when he was booked out up to the time when he was booked back in the early hours.
Okay, no problem.
Yes. I have not touched the issue of the accused and the Lieutenant Colonel Raphato. I'm just talking about the night preceding to that incident, my lord. And I did not get the answer.
It's a Garawayal Nabi.
Kana le rileng hapa ka re sa ba disturb ka o sheletsa ka
What
ka
was your
popela.
question as you have distracted me? May you please repeat the question?
No, I had said it means for the whole night the accused had not slept. If he had slept, he only slept for 2 hours that he was put in the cells.
Bona ba rile go ra gore bošego ka moka molatofatšwa ga se a robale ge e le gore o robetše yena go ra gore o robetše di-iri tše pedi fela.
Futhi angisho ukuthi Mshololo akazange alale kulobo busuku. Uma ukuthiwa kwazi ukulala wayalala amahora amabili kuphela.
Ra robetša ra go robetša nako eo ka ya 2 hours and 40 minutes, 20 minutes.
He slept, meaning he slept that 2 hours and 20 minutes that you have referred to.
Wayalala wona wona nama-hours ukhuluma ngawo amabili.
And then on the 22nd of June 2020, when the accused was taken to court, he was taken not for Nongoma case. Am I correct?
ra gore ka di 22 tša June molatofatšwa ga se a ishiwa kgotlatshekelo yena o ba sa išetšwe molatola wa Nongo,
which he was detained.
22 June, umsola umeseyiswa enkantolo wangayiselwa leli cala kaNongo.
o be a tswaleletswe wona.
Lelo ayiboshelelwa.
No, we should for Puking.
He was taken for cocaine.
For purposes.
Ayisola icala lasePuking.
Okay. And from the evidence of Jonathan, Mr. Buthelezi, and Mr. Buthelezi, they testified that they were asked by yourself on respective dates when accused number 1 was taken to make a statement to Lieutenant Rapadu, and when accused number 1 was taken to make a statement to the magistrate, Ms. Cronje. Their evidence is that they were requested by yourself to escort you as you were traveling.
Jonathan le Buthelezi.
I'm sorry, accused 2, my lord, not accused number 1.
Jonathan le Buthelezi bona ba boletse botlhatsi ba gore ba be ba boditswe ke lena gore ba sepele le lena ge be a ilo dira statement sela go magistrata e leng gore molatofatšwa wa bobedi e leng Ntanzi o be a ilo dira confession ye go ba statement seo.
Ukuthi ke ubufakazi obuvela kuJonathan novela kuThelezi ukuthi umsola wayeswa ngaphandle isa statement futhi wayeswa futhi magistrate ukuthi ayobhalisa statement nokuthi ke nina wena wabacela ukuthi bazoniphelezela.
Ke tlhalosetse goro ka tsela e.
May I explain it to the court in this way?
Ekurhuleni Metro Police Department I khopetšwe ke Brigadier Gininda le di supervisor tša Ekurhuleni Metro Police Department gore thuša ge re go sepediša di suspect tša rena ka yona molato.
The Ekurhuleni Metro Police Department was requested by Colonel Gininda and the supervisors to accompany us as we were traveling with the suspects in this matter.
Okay, in other words, you are saying you were never involved in the request that was made requesting the members to give escort to yourselves.
Kamantswe a mang lena le re ga senke le be karolo ya kgopelo yewe ya gore le kgopelo gore batho ba bue ba tlo sepela le lena.
Ka ge šetše ba ba file tumelo la go šomišana le rena.
As they had already given them the right to work with us.
Ba ile ba re fa tumelo la gore rena re re ka mo fase mo re kana ra founelana ge go na le mšomo tshwantse re o dire.
And they gave us the right to contact each other if there was any duties that we were supposed to do as we were working on the ground.
Okay, so as you had been given a right to communicate, were you given specific members to request from the metro each and every time when you needed their services?
Ba ile ba lefa batho tsoko gore lena ga ile gore le tlhoka tšhomišano le bolele le batho ba rile.
Ke nnete ba re file yona group eo.
Correct, we were given that particular group.
In respect of accused number 1, in Albertine on the 30th of May, were you also present? In Albertine, yes?
Albertine ka kwa ka di 30 tša May go ya le molatofatšwa wa mathomo.
mayelana nomsolo wokuqala ngokuhlaka 30 kuMeyi nani seliwe yini ukuthi nihambe nalo msolo Alberton?
On the 4th of June. On the 4th of June.
Barakadi 4 June.
Actually
the 5th of June.
Yes, it is correct.
Who arrived first at the Alberton station between yourself and Jonathan and his crew?
Go fitlhe mang pele magareng ga lena le Jonathan le setlhopha sa gagwe kwa sepodising sa Alberton.
a ke sa gopola botse lo fitlhela mampela a ke sa gopola botse mara bona ba fitlhile le rena fitlhile.
I do not recall who arrived first. However, they arrived and we also arrived.
Okay. Do you recall as to where were they waiting, Jonathan and his team?
Le sa gopola gore Jonathan le setlhopha sa gagwe ba eme kae?
Ya gopola.
Yes, I do recall.
Where?
Kantle ga police station.
Outside the police station.
Thank you, my Lord Medical. Just bear with me. Thank you, my Lord. I've got no further questions.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Oh, you said you were waiting. Mr. Baloyi, any re-examination?
You were asked by counsel for accused number 1 and 2 regarding the appearances of the accused in Boksburg.
Botsitswe ke ramolao wa molatefatso wa mathomo le wa bobedi ka go tswelela fua Boksburg.
This is now as far as Exhibit E is concerned.
Ba re go ya ka botlhatsi bola ba E di dise Exhibit E.
Yes,
of
Exhibit EE
EE.
on the 27th of October
Ka di 27 ja October
2020
ngwageng wa 2020
as to whether you had permission from the station commissioner to postpone to postpone accused number 2 to Valeria police cells.
gore lena le be le filwe tokelo ke station commander gore le ka molatofatswa wa bobedi yena le ka moisha diseleng tša Deleria. That is correct.
Yesterday we handed the original of Exhibit EE
maobane re fane ka tokomane yela ya EE
just want to draw your attention to a letter my lord. The letter would appear right almost in the middle of the proceedings. If you can just place the contents of the letter on record.
Ba re ba nyaka gore le ye go lengwalo le lebale le godimo le kgone go kwagala.
Language the station commander South African Police Service Valeria.
Station commander Station Valeria.
Inquiries Colonel Toga.
On top it's written inquiries Colonel Toga.
Why address it the Magistrate Senior Public Prosecutor Boxback Magistrate Court Boxback.
And it was addressed to the Magistrate Senior Public Prosecutor in Boxback Magistrate Court.
Permission to place a suspect at Valeria police cells.
And it reads as follows. Permission to place suspect at Valeria police cells.
Here, point number 1 is here with permission to place under mentioned suspect at Valeria SAP cells for further detention.
Point number 1 is read as follows. Here with permission to place under mentioned suspect at Valeria SAPS cells for further detention.
Omega Mama Shakaning in which case number 636 of 10/2014.
And in the box is written case number 636 stroke 10 of 2014.
Umel Shakana la latela language name of a suspect Bongani Ntanzi.
Second block it's written name of the suspect Bongani Ntanzi.
Shakana Lama Felelo in which Colonel B. N. Gininda.
The last block is written Colonel Investigating Officer Colonel B. N. Gininda.
Point in which permission is granted by Colonel Toka SAPS Valeria.
Second point, it's written permission is granted by Colonel Toka SAPS Valeria.
Mofase assign English Station Commander Colonel SAPS Valeria MS Toka.
And underneath the sign is also written Colonel Station Commander SAPS Valeria MS Toka.
Station Commander MS Toka.
Kamofase Amala date 2020 of 10/27.
Underneath it's written a date 2020 of 10/27.
October 2010.
A copy certify again na PV Mohani, custom pisat leg of the court of Boxback Police Station.
And a copy,
Boxback Court.
A copy was certified by myself, Mr. Mohani, with the stamp of the clerk of the court.
Thank
you. That is all.
You were also asked by counsel for accused number 1 and 2 as to how you know Mr. Njiako.
Mr. Mjiako yena le motsebile jwang ke botsishwa ka ke mmele wa molatofatso wa mathomolo wa bobedi.
Ummeli kaMsololo sibili babuzayo futhi ukuthi mazi kanjani uMujiyako.
And you then gave an explanation. Can I once again ask you to turn to the transcribed version of Exhibit EE on the 27th of October?
Baralere o mola yele gore e typilwe ya di 27 October yona ye ya EE.
Manje siyabona
La fana ka tlhaloso.
Exhibit EE la khomisa ukuthi kwakuqoqe phansi.
Yes, I can see.
Who appeared for case number 2?
Ke mang o be e le mmele wa molatofatso wa bobedi.
Ubani owanele uMsololo sibili?
ingwetswe gore Mr. Ntokozo Mijiyako attorneys.
It is written Mr. Ntokozo Mijiyako attorneys.
So lapha ke uNtokozo Mujiyako wasefemini labameli lakaMujiyako.
The case was then postponed to the 27th of November, the 2020.
Molato o ile wa hlekishetswa morago o issue go di 27 November 2020 go jwa.
Leli cala ke lasephethela umhla ka-27 November 2020 akunjalo.
On the second page.
Mo paging ya latela.
Ikhasi elilandelayo
Ke nnete.
It is correct, I confirm.
kuyiqiniso.
Who appeared for case number 2?
Ke mang o be a emetse molatofatso wa bobedi.
Ubani-ke owayemele uMsololo sibili?
Isangwetswe Mr. Mijiyako gape.
It is still written Mr. Mijiyako.
Kusabhale yena uMujiyako.
Thank you.
Arba leboga.
Are you through with that letter, Mr.?
There's a formal letter that is on record. If I can just ask you to put the contents thereof on record.
Ba re bona le ngwalo shile ba khopela gore le lebale le tle la kgona go bala.
Khona-ke incwadi-ke engifisa ukuthi uyifunde ukuze iqoshwe phansi.
Mo mengwalong e megolo godimo ga letlakala e ngwetswe Mijiyako attorneys incorporation.
In bold on top it is written Mjiyako Attorneys Incorporation.
Ngamagama-ke amakhulu ubhale lapha phezulu ukuthi abameli bakwaMujiyako.
Walatala mengwalo ring the Director of Public Prosecutions, attention Advocate Jibaloi, per email la wona ngasibali.
Then it is written the Director of Public Prosecutions, attention Advocate G. Baloyi, and an email address. And the witness says he would not state the email address.
The date.
Date yona.
Kubashushisi lapho kubhalwe khona ukuthi kuqondiswe ku-Advocate G. Baloyi.
Date was 3 March 2021.
It is dated the 3rd of March 2021.
Ukuthi kubhalwe usuku lomhla 3 kuMashi 2020.
Yona ba la ka tsela dear says
It is written as follows. Dear says,
Kubhalwe ngethu abanumzana.
ngala gape ka mengwalo e mekutonyana RES/Ntanzi for Soloras case 636 of 10/2014.
also written in bold, RES stroke Ntanzi for Soloras case 636 10 of 2014.
Kubhalwe-ke lapho ukuthi sihloko sithi Ntanzi icala lasePhosphorus 636 of 10 of 2014.
Point number 1, we confirm that we act on behalf of Mr. Bongani Sandison Ntanzi, who is accused number 2 in the above matter.
When number 1 is read as follows, as the witness has just read it, my lord.
Kubhalwe kanje ukuthi thina sibeka uSandiso Ntanzi kudeliza.
And then, immediately after the last court appearance, Mr. Ntanzi withdrew a mandate as his attorneys of record and opted to be represented by the Legal Aid Board.
That is the second point, my lord.
iphuzu lesibili-ke lithi-ke hhayi usandisentansi-ke uyasikhipha njengabameli abamele waseqoka ukuthi uzonimelwa abakwa-legal aid board.
We also not been receiving financial instructions from Mr. Ntanzi.
Okwesithathu-ke kuyashiwo lapho ukuthi cha asizange sikhokhelwe.
Point number 4, Mr. D.N. Mjiyako, who has previously appeared on behalf of Mr. Ntanzi, is no longer with our firm and has joined the Cape Bar as a people advocate.
Manje futhi wabhala ngephuzu lesine ukuthi uBM Mjiyako owayemele umsola ngalela usashiya kuleyo firm leyo wasuka wayesebenzela eCape.
I am mindful of our duty to formally inform the court about these developments and to withdraw as Mr. Ntanzi's attorneys of record.
Manje wasecela ukuthi ayifisa ukuthi inkantolo yazi ngalokho ukuthi-ke sebeshiye phansi ukuba abameli kukaBaba.
However, due to a family bereavement, I am unable to make it to court on Friday, 5 March 2021, and my colleagues are out of the province. Point number 6, may I therefore humbly request your assistance in informing the court on our behalf about this development and to request that our non-appearance be excused and our withdrawal of attorneys of record be confirmed. Point number 7, thank you in advance for your kind assistance herein. Yours sincerely, Mjiyako Attorneys Incorporation, DL Chia.
Thank you. It was put.
No. Put in the practice number. Remember the allegations.
Yes.
Subtle allegations that this gentleman is a fly-by-night cancer or attorney.
Yes, just put the practice number.
So put the
practice number.
legal practice number.
Mofasi in which legal practice counsel number.
At the bottom it is written legal practice number
18209.
Manje la kufanele inombolo yabo yokugunyaza ukusebenza njengabameli ithi 18209.
CIPC reg number.
Balothi CIPC reg number
2017 stroke
2017 stroke
149 229 stroke 21.
Stroke 21.
In which a vet number.
Then it is also written the vet number
451028
451028
4914.
4914.
Barbara Leboga.
Mr. Baloi, put the address of this attorney on record because I see it here. Because we don't know whether he has an office or not. When the evidence was unfolding, it doesn't exist apparently.
Put
Address
The address is right as follows.
10 8th Street, Melville, Johannesburg.
10 8th Street, Melville, Johannesburg.
Phone number.
Should I read the phone number as well, my lord?
yeah, the code.
Telecode
Our code is 2109.
2109.
Telephone number plus 2711
plus 2711
482
482
2325.
2325.
Email address
Email
info@mjiago.com.
info@mjiago.com.
Website
That's your website.
www.mjiago.com.
www.mjiago.com.
Directors, is it necessary?
Yes, it's not necessary, but
Hey, it's necessary. Why do you mean it's necessary?
no, we're just going to refer to the senior
Because
associate
this gentleman practices in partnerships.
as a good.
It's not a sole practitioner.
As a good, we just wanted to put the senior associate on record. Who's the senior associate?
Imam wo mogolo
Obani ababambisene nabo abaphezulu.
Emergency senior consulting attorney.
are you referring to the one that is written
No,
senior?
senior associate.
Directors.
Well, you may just mention the directors.
They-
The directors.
Oh, okay, just
You
put
don't
the
have to mention the qualifications. That the directors are so and so and so and so and so and so.
Barley Bale,
Okay.
the director.
Senior associates, so and so.
Abakhona la.
Director Iridineo Chia, Managing Director,
Batumi bafundisa Dineo Chia,
LLB Limpopo.
LLB Limpopo.
Katiso Mpahlele, LLB Vets.
Batukatisa Mphahlelo wase LLB oyithole vets.
LLM Labor Law UP.
Atwathola ne-LLM yomthetho wezisemsebenzini eyithole UP.
Certificate in Law Dispute Resolution Stellenbosch.
Atwathola isertifiketi sokuxazulula sase-Stellenbosch.
Senior Associate in Tokozo Mjiago,
Senior Associate uDozo Mjiago,
LLB Vets,
so the LLB vets,
PDM Vets.
atwathola i-EDM nase-vets.
Natalaki Senior Consulting Attorney Melanie Naidu,
Kukhona i-senior consulting attorney kumelani nayidu.
BA Vets,
Athola i-BA yase-vets,
LLB Vets,
LLB yase-vets,
LLM Vets,
athola ne-LLM yase-vets.
Advancing Diploma in Banking from Bankers Institute of South Africa,
Athola isitifiketi sase-banking council yase-South Africa.
Junior Consulting Attorney Faith Huntley,
Athi-ke ummeli uBates Huntley,
LLB UNISA.
so the LLB yase-UNISA.
Ibalala ka tsela eo.
Thank you. It was put to you by counsel for case number 2 regarding exhibit RR. That is now the court proceedings in Phokeng.
Moleledi wa molatufatso wa bobedi yena o ile a bolela ka botlhatsi ba RR e leng dilo tse di diragetseng kgorong ya Phokeng.
And kusuka kwakhona okwenzeka lapha lasePhokeng lapha kwe-RR.
Inete.
That is correct.
Kunjani?
It was put to you that accused number 2 did not appear in court on the 22nd of June 2020.
Ba ile ba le botsa gore molatufatso wa bobedi yena ga se a tswelle kgorong ka di 22 tša June 2020.
From Msindazana, the record of 32 to 2020.
Yagopola.
I do recall that.
Ngiyakhumbula lapho.
If I can ask you to turn to exhibit RR.
Ba re le go botlhatsi ba RR.
Lelo sheka lapha ku-exhibit RR.
Shiki Tswere.
Yes, I am in possession of it.
If you turn to the 4th page from the beginning.
Ba re le tsebeng ya bone.
Ungaya ekhasini lesine.
Yes, can you just place on record what's written there?
Ba re le re botse gore le pageng la bone go ngotsweng.
Mashere uthi ekhasini lesine kubhalwe lapho.
Mawodimo ngwetjo P04.
On top it is written P04.
Kusuke kubhalwe ukuthi P04.
A171/20
A171/20
on 13 of 7 2020.
on
On 13/7/2020.
on 13.
No,
Yeah.
the 4th page from the beginning.
Ba re le menyala
Ekhasini
la bone
lesine
go tlogelleng mathomo
ekuqaleni.
letlhi ke la mathomo la bobedi la boraro la bone šediwele le baneng
Yes, can you just put that on record?
ba re le re balle yona e bue
With your agenda 29/6/2020,
Jwale kwahluka nango, can you give me the date again?
29
29 of 6,
29
2020.
plus 6, 2020.
Legal aid in custody, no bail.
Bathi-ke emele illegal aid kungaphakathi akanayo i-bail.
And what is your recollection? Was as far as the presence of the accused at court on the 22nd of June 2020 is concerned?
lena kgopolo ya lena e reng ka go tswelela ga molatofatšwa ka di 29 tša June 2020
Manje-ke wena khumbulani ngifika ngisolele enkantolo mhla ka-29 kuJune 2020.
Molatofatšwa o tšweletše pele ga kgoro ka yona di 29 June o išitše ke nna ka sebele.
the accused appeared in front of court on the 29th of June and I personally took him to court
No, we're talking about the 22nd of June.
22nd, yeah, 22nd, oh yes.
on the 22nd
Umsolo
Sorry?
wavela enkantolo mhla 27 uJune 2020. Futhi waphinde sebeyifile.
Right, then on the 29th of June, just the following page, 29 June 2020,
ka di 29 June 2020
Manje ngomhla 29 uJune 2020
just plays on record what's written there.
re botše
By the
gore go
magistrate?
badileng.
manje sifundele lapho ukuthi kuthiwani.
Yes, 29 June 2020.
Agenda 29 June 2020, legal aid in custody, no bail.
Jwale kwahluka mhla 29 June 2020 umsolwa ubuyisela ngaphakathi kumele i-legal aid futhi akanayo i-bail.
Yes, then the following appearances on 29 June.
ye latelang the 29 June
Here the page 4, the 13th of 7, 2020.
No, 29
of June. Where is it?
It's written page 3 at the top.
ba re godimo e wetše
Page
page 3
3. Actually, page 3.
there is no page 3 on this document
I don't know.
this one does not have page 3
This was the entry there.
Which is page 3, A171/20.
By page 3 number
8171
A171
from 20
stroke 20.
In which on the 29th of 6, presiding officer Miss A. Rose,
Jwale ummeli
Miss A. Rose,
ngalelo langa
A
Rose,
A was.
prosecutor Mr. Stroke, Mr. Mohapais,
Futhi kwaku ecele
No, 29 June is written page 3 after. Yes.
yes, I'm reading.
he was the witness on 29
Oh, there, okay.
That on record.
ba re le ba balle ye
Or Yamatomo in which your court not working,
first one is written court not working
jwale oqala-ke inkantolo engasebenzi.
acute not brought in court, isolation for COVID-19,
Jwale umsolwa kalethwanga enkantolo ngenxa yokuthi kufanele ahlukaniselwe-ke udaba lwe-COVID.
agenda to the 13th of July 2020 in absentia in custody, no bail.
Jwale kwicala lahliselwe mhla 13 July 2020 emisela ngaphakathi zobe engaphakathi esituksini kodwa-ke icala lihlesiswe engekho.
Do you remember this appearance of the 29th of June 2020?
isa gopola taba ye ya di 29 tša June 2020 gore a se a tswelele
June 2020.
yes I do remember it man
Yebo ngiyakhumbula.
Do you remember why the accused was not before court on the 29th of June?
le a gopola gore gobane
2020.
molatofatšwa o ba sego kgorong ka di 29 tša June 2020
Uyazi ukuthi yini indaba umsolwa engekho enkantolo mhla 29 June 2020?
ke a gopola ga re go bona le a case ya COVID-19 Valeria police station.
Yes, I recall because there was a case of COVID-19 at Valeria police station.
Yebo ngiyakhumbula ngoba kuthiwa ngayela wathola ukuthi kukhona owayephethe isifo sobhubhane se-COVID eValeria. I don't know.
Thank you. Counsel for accused number 1 and 2 also referred to exhibit VV1.
VV1.
It's a report from Tlhabane.
So American Mshololo
Dental Services.
VV1.
Okay, bona shi.
Yes, I can see it. It is in front of me.
The date is the 22nd of June 2020.
Date is 22 June 2020.
Nnete.
That is correct.
You mentioned in cross-examination by counsel for accused number 1 and 2 that you took accused number 2 for this dental examination after the court appearance on the 22nd of June 2020.
Lile la bolela re be le butšwe ke molao wa molatefatšo wa bobedi gore le na le la mesha ba ile mo tlhola meno.
Ke nnete.
It is correct.
What was the purpose of this examination, the dental examination?
Lebaka la gore a ile tlholwa ka menong e be e le eng?
Really re dutse re phenya molato wa 636 wa kry le gore mo senepe se ba montšhintše go sona o ba na le gold go tswile motho a rona le gold so be re tšhakwana sala ba le gold na mo menong.
Whilst we were still investigating the matter of 636, there was a picture which depicted a person that had a gold tooth, my lord, and we went to see if he has ever had a gold tooth before.
Can you just place these details under other details on record?
Ngele bale mola mo go ngwetseng other details le di bale.
Other details with you. Look how too short the more.
Can you please show me where, my lord?
Patient report.
Or patient report.
Patient, okay. Further details.
Further.
Yes.
Patient report to have been admitted for a heart condition in 2014. Following mining accident.
If I can ask you to turn to exhibit JJ.
I do not have JJ anywhere.
There's a copy. There on the S3, can you just put in record what Ms. Cronier wrote there?
Ke bale ka moka
There where
fetša.
there's a star.
Oh,
bathi la kunenkanyezi khona.
I do not want to report any medical conditions or injuries.
Yes.
Bathi akufisi ukuthi ngibike ngekulimala nokuthi lethe umbiko ngezempilo.
Except had a heart problem.
Manje ke ukuthi bakwaba nesifo senhliziyo.
Thank you.
Sorry, that annotation by Ms. Konji, what date was it made, by the way?
It was on the 24th of June 2020.
24th of June. Okay.
Exhibit JJ.
2020. Exhibit J.
JJ.
JJ, yeah. That was the pro forma.
The performer.
Okay.
Now, if I can ask you to turn to page 2 of Exhibit VV1, the dental report.
Maria go page 2 ya botlhatsi BV1 la report ya botlholo wa meno.
With a person this exhibit BB1 amazinyo.
There's a clinical examination.
Go na le mo e leng gore ba mo tlhola bona.
It was put to you by counsel for accused number 1 and 2 that accused number 2 was tortured, assaulted, and chewed on the 19th of June 2020.
Ba ile ba le botsa gore molatofatwa yena o ile tshwariwa a betwa gape a ka di 19 tša June.
Umsolo umele kamsolo sibili uthi umsolo sibili wothi wahlukunyezwa washaywa wasefakwa neshophu ngomhla ka-19 June 2020.
During the oral examination, what was the finding regarding the general appraisal?
Ge ne a tlholwa ka menong bona ba boletse goreng
General
Mehlolwa ke kwabikwa kwathini
general appraisal is normal.
ke konke kulungile.
Yes.
TM joints normal.
Ama-term joints akahle.
Lymph nodes normal.
Athi ama-lymph node alungile.
Intraoral exam normal.
Bheka la ngaphakathi kulungile konke kulungile.
Lips and buccal mucosa normal.
Wathi ke isikhumba phakathi komlomo neindebe zomlomo zikahle.
Oropharynx and tonsils normal.
Wathi ke amathonsela nala qoqoqo konke kulungile.
Palate normal.
Ke ngaphakathi emlonyeni ngaphezulu phahla lomlomo lona lungile.
Floor of mouth normal.
Thile lana ngaphansi emlonyeni konke kukahle.
Tongue abangwala silo.
on tongue they did not
Kakhulu
teach anything.
mangalithoke ngoli
Elatela ngiri gingival and periodontium yangwala abnormal marwangwala ginginal recession actually wawali number 41423.
And it is written ginginal recession of 41 stroke 42 stroke 3.
Yes.
Theke igingival periodontium konke gingival recession of 4142 interdental spacing nakhona 112 to 122
Megamorphosis yangwala angle classification class 1. And then your teeth chart, interdental spaces, your 11 .12,21 ka mo tlase ya 23,12 ka re category sa ona general.
And on the chart, it is written class 1 interdental space 11 arrow 12,21 22 arrow 23,12, and it seems like there are letters that were cut, my lord, as the witness cannot see them properly.
So lapho ukhombisa ke uhlala kwamazinyo ukhombela ke isikhala esiphakathi namazinyo kuthiwa iphakathi nesikhala phakathi kwezinyo 11 lokufika kwelesibili nesikhala esingemva ka-21 bese kuba nesikhala phakathi kwezinyo lemashumi amabili nezinyo lemashumi amathathu kwase kubekwa-ke nesikhala ngaphansi kwezinyo leshumi nambili kodwa khona okunye okungaseceleni okugcineni kungasabonakali kahle.
Is a good please, my lord, this is 4, way past our normal time of
We're still
adjourning.
going to go on.
Can we adjourn about 1 or 2 further questions? Maybe then adjourn until tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Okay, any objections? So adjourning at 4:04?
Up to.
There is none.
My lord, may I make a request on the I'm not intending
You're
to
not?
I'm not intending to interject on the evidence that the state is busy with. I believe the document that the state is busy with was not admitted under section 220.
Which document is that?
The one for medical examination of the accused.
The one of the dental examination?
That's correct, my lord.
He told me that you agreed.
No,
You,
I just consulted.
Mr. Valoy, didn't you tell me that?
It was handed up by the defense, my lord, and we said we don't object.
On one specific reason.
So you are objecting to its handing in?
My lord, it related to the date of the 22nd of June.
Yes, but the point
not
is,
on the
are you
contents.
objecting to the admission of this?
That's correct. That's correct, my lord.
You are objecting to it?
That's correct.
But it's before court now. You can address me tomorrow.
That's correct, my lord. I'll do so.
And who handed in this document?
It's the defense, my lord.
Yeah, as I recall, Mr. Murubezulu himself. Okay. Can you number that order, that court order? Give it a citation. I don't know exhibit what. Are you with me?
Yes, it will be exhibit W.
Exhibit
WW.
Exhibit WW. That is the apparent confidential report of the sergeant. Are you available tomorrow, sir?
Yeah.
Okay.
My lord.
10 o'clock tomorrow.